Hello and welcome to Fit for Golf. After years of watching my handicap rise, while my enjoyment of the game plummeted, I decided to do something about it. Since April of 2022, through exercise and diet, I've already lost over 20 pounds, turning back the hands of time. So follow me as I begin to hit it like I'm in my 30s again, gaining flexibility, muscle mass, and improving my overall conditioning, proving that at age 63, I can return my handicap back into the single digits where it belongs.
Oh, I still see it. Oh, I lost the dot.
You know, there's nothing better than hitting a great drive off the first tee. It certainly gives you confidence for your layup shot before you hit your third one into the water.
Oh, shoot. That was heavy.
Fortunately, it doesn't mean the end of your round of golf. It just means that on the first hole, you're likely going to take a double bogey, especially when the greens have just been aerated and getting a true roll is a matter of luck.
That was half in the hole.
With a fairly strong breeze from left to right, I decided to club up one and swing smooth, and ended up just rolling off the back of the green. A great chip and putt, and I had my first par. Hitting directly into the breeze now, I decided to hit driver instead of my normal mid-iron. And even though I hit it a tad fat, it rolled out, leaving me a bump and run shot onto the green. This past winter in Alberta, we had a number of days in a row with temperatures well below -40, causing a bit of winter kill. Then couple that with no real rain for the past 2 months, and you have to give the staff at Apple Creek tremendous credit for being able to still keep the course in decent playing condition. Now, if only I could catch a break on the newly aerated greens. This next hole has been giving me fits all year. I normally hit a slight draw, but for some reason I've been overdoing it to the left here. This time, I try to dial back a bit on my swing just to find the fairway. And then I hit a top 7 wood. This stroke has been haunting me all year.
Oh, jeez, Lee. Tried to pick it up.
I think in England they call this a chunk and run. In any event, I've recently perfected it. After a chip that rolled out further than I expected, I two-putted again and left with another bogey. I have to be honest with you here. At this point, I'm getting a little down on myself, and I don't know why. Because experience has taught me that your game can come back in a flash. All it takes is one good shot. But whenever you dwell on past mistake, well, it's just real easy in golf to allow that mindset to carry forward for a while.
Stay on the green.
My fourth rolls off the left side of the green, leaving me with a chip and putt needed to make double. But again, I get tentative with my chip, leading to a triple bogey. This ends up being by far my worst hole of the day. Oh well, it's off to the par 3-6. Time to regroup. I wind up short and to the right as I thought the wind would blow it back. So I'm left with another chip, which I play well, but then I miss a short putt for par. But then, just like a few days prior, all of a sudden my game comes together, and I wind up with a really great opportunity to shoot under 80. Bet you never expected to hear that, did you? And it all started with one good driver, followed by a drilled 5-iron from 210 yards that came up just short on the par 5 7th. A birdie, and all of a sudden I became the happiest camper on the golf course. For whatever reason, my entire mindset changed, and I started to focus on making my good shots count and to keep my misses out of the wrong places. Middle of the green, that's all I thought about with this shot. My sand wedge, when I strike it well, goes 100 yards. Keep your head down, take a deep breath, and swing. An easy 2-putt par, and I'm off to the 9th hole.
Oh, you're hitting them well today, Lee. Really well.
I'll take her.
Oh yeah.
My mistake on the 9th is when I come up short on the raised, steeply sloped green. My sand wedge struck full should be just the club. Again, I remind myself to aim for the middle of the green.
Nice shot, Lee. Good.
Another easy 2-putt par, and I can keep the damage to 7 over. So the story on the front 9 is 1 double, 1 triple, 3 bogeys, and 1 birdie, after hitting 4 fairways and 3 greens. 15 putts helped tremendously, and I have to give credit to my chipping, which for me was great. Believe it or not, I'm actually looking forward to the back 9 now, as I'm striking the ball well and have been scoring on the way in much better than the way out. On the 10th tee, without a bounce left, I decide to hit a massive draw down the right side of the fairway, leaving me a short chip onto a green surrounded by a creek and wetlands. Who in the hell am I trying to kid? For years I've hit a draw and never understood how. And now, all of a sudden, I'm going to masterfully control it? Yeah. I might as well have walked up and threw my ball into the creek. So, I end up walking off with a double bogey. I deserved it. It was probably the kick in the ass I needed. I parred 2 in a row and suddenly I think I'm a scratch golfer. So on the 11th, I went back to just trying to hit the fairway and then hit my second shot to the middle of the green. Funny how keeping things simple can sometimes be so simple. And what is my reward? A makeable birdie putt that I make? Oh yeah. I'm already beginning to think about how easy it's going to be to work the ball on the next hole. Just kidding. All I wanted to do here is hit the ball into the fairway, lay up to a good yardage, and then hit the green once again in regulation. And isn't it funny how hitting a drive onto the fairway of a par 5 can often allow you to get away with a bad layup? Though for some reason my camera glitched out here, I wound up with only 100 yards to the green and was able to land it in a position to make an easy 2-putt par. On the par 3 13th, I hit a laser. With 129 yards to the hole, I hit a 9-iron right over top the flag, leaving me with a birdie putt at best or another 2-putt par at worst, which I honestly believe I would have made if the greens hadn't been just aerated. Now we're off to the 14th, a dogleg left, which perfectly suits my draw. And again, I decide to murder it and go for the green. Will I ever smarten up, or has losing all the weight I've lost to date somehow caused my IQ to drop also? Fortunately, I hit another great chip up the steeply sloped green and make the putt for par. I got damn lucky. The 15th is a par 3 that plays over the edge of a pond to a raised green. All I'm aiming for is the middle, but with a stiff breeze in my face, I swing too hard and wind up pulling it. Looks like I'm going to have to rely on my chipping again. And quite frankly, I'm not good enough to count on it this often. Though I left it in the right spot below the hole, I left too long a comebacker and walk off with the bogey. On the 16th, I go back to just trying to hit the fairway, smoking a bomb down the middle. And just in case you didn't believe me earlier when I told you I don't know why I hit a draw,
Because I don't know what's doing it.
did you hear what I said there unscripted? And now, another short pitch to the middle of the green, and another birdie putt, which I leave short, but tap in for an easy par. The par 4 17th at 411 yards is a monster for us guys over 60. But at my new weight, with my new muscles and increased flexibility, I hit my best drive of the day over 270 yards down the middle, surprising nobody more than me, and leaving just a 9-iron to an undulating green in the past that has given me fits. Today, it turned out to be just another ho-hum par. Damn, I wish my ego matched my game. On the final hole, after having some success on the previous two, I again try to hit a massive drive with a big sweeping draw. Is anybody else here starting to notice a pattern? So of course, I wind up in trouble down the right rough, leaving me a tough shot onto a green that I need to birdie to shoot 80 for the first time this year. I hit a great second shot, but wind up with a putt up about a 3-foot hill that breaks hard right at the very end. I leave it short, but tap in for par. I'm not complaining. All in all, it was a great day, playing with good friends, where I wound up shooting a much better score than the start of my game would have predicted. The final tally coming in was 2 over par 37 with 4 fairways hit, 5 greens in regulation, and 16 putts. Now something else I want to mention is, last year I couldn't have finished this strong, and I walked the entire 18 holes today. In fact, I haven't taken a cart this year and don't plan to. You see, my goal is to lose another 20 pounds, and I know that means I need to burn off more calories each day than I take in. And since I still like to eat well and enjoy walking, then it's going to remain part of my routine to get back into shape. I also want to mention that last year, by about the 14th hole, I could barely bend down to pull a ball out of the cup. Not only was I exhausted, but my back and hips were killing me. This year, no problem. I'm hitting the ball further, enjoying the game much more, and my handicap is already coming down. Now I just have to relearn how to score on the front 9. So my total score today was an 81, after being 7 over after the 6th hole. My next and most immediate goal is to shoot 79 or better, which I did only once at the end of last year. My current handicap is just over 12, and it should be at 9 or less, but by continuing with my strength training and diet, I know I'll be there soon. Please consider subscribing if you'd like to follow my progress, and leave me a comment about what you think I can do to improve. I'd love to hear from you.